Welcome back, boys and girls. This is Miss Vanessa. Today we are on day 4, or session 4, adding two-digit numbers, lesson 29. Here we go. To start, find 26 plus 16. The problem is set up very nicely for us right here. We have a place for our tens and a place for our ones. So all we are going to do here, friends, is add our tens first. We have a 2 and we have a 1, which makes 3 tens. And then when we look at our ones here, 6 plus 6 is 12. If you need to use your fingers for that, then go ahead. So we have 3 tens and 12 ones in 26 plus 16. Moving on down here, all we are going to do is bring down the 3 tens. 10, 20, 30. 3 tens is 30. And then we are going to break up this 12 to make it a little easier for us. So when we look at the number 12, the 2 is in the ones place and the 1 is in the tens place. We know we have 2 ones in 12, and we know with the number 12 we can make 1 10. 10. So now we have 30 plus 10 plus 2. This is our new equation. And all we're going to do now is just add this. When we have 3 tens and 1 10, we can add 30 plus 10 or 30 plus 1 and we get 40. 40 plus 2 is 42. If you need to do a quick drawing for that, that's okay. It would look something like this. There's our 3 tens, 10, 20, 30. Let's add another 10. And then our 2 extras or our 2 ones. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42. So 26 plus 16 equals 42. All right, our next problem. Go ahead and grab a piece of paper and a pencil, or if you have these pages printed out, that's awesome. And go ahead and follow along with me. So when looking at this word problem here, we're going to remember our acronym CUBE. We know we need to circle our important numbers. 27 and 64 are going to be our important numbers. Next letter is U. U is for underline. What are we talking about here? We're talking about 27 what? 64 what? We're talking about stickers. And I see stickers here as well. Next is box. We are going to box what we don't know. Our question is, how many stickers in all? That's what we're boxing. And if you see some magic words like I do, you're going to go ahead and box those as well. In all. In all are those magic words that tell us if we're going to be adding or subtracting. If we want to know how many stickers in all, we are combining the stickers, the flower stickers and the star stickers. How many in all together? So when looking at this over here, it's set up very nicely for us. We have 27 represented here with 2 tens and 7 ones, and 64 represented here with 6 tens and 4 ones. All they did here was add our tens, which is 8. 6 plus 2 is 8. We have 8 tens here, and then we added our ones here, which is 11. 7 plus 4 is 11. Just like the last problem, 80 plus 11, they split up this 11 into 1 10 and 1 left over because there's a 1 in the ones place. 10 plus 1, that's the same as 11. So when we look at 80 plus 10, that's 90. We're adding 1 10 to 80, which is 90. And then 1, 91. So when looking at that, it should look like this. 80 plus 10 plus 1. We know that 10 ones is equal to 1 10. So all we have to do is add 1 10 to the number 80, which would give us 90. We still have the 1 over here, 90, 91. Since we want to show our evidence and show that we are correct, we can draw a quick drawing to show our evidence and our work. It could look something like this, friends. Well, we have 8 tens here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. We have 1 10 here. And we have that 1 left over, the 1, 1. So let's see how many we have. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, plus 1, 91. 27 plus 64 equals 91. And what are we talking about, friends? Stickers. 91 stickers in all. All right, boys and girls, we're on to problem number 1. This is a word problem, so we're going to use the cube method to help us mark up our sentence. This reads, 38 soccer balls and 46 kickballs. How many balls in all? So, our cue is for circle. We're going to circle our important numbers. 38 and 46 are important. We are going to underline what we're talking about. We are talking about soccer balls and kickballs, just balls in general. Next, we are going to box what we want to find out. Our question is how many balls in all? And if you notice the words in all at the end, you are fabulous. You can go ahead and box those as well, because those are our magic words that tell us that this is going to be an addition problem. So, how many balls in all? We are adding. Addition sign, addition sign. And what we have over here, friends, is a nice representation of our two numbers. It looks like this represents our 38 because we have 10, 20, 30. And let's count our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And here we have an 8. Over here, let's count our tens here. 10, 20, 30, 40. We have 4 tens there, and let's count our ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 ones there. So to show our work, we can draw some 10 rods and our ones and combine these together to figure out our answer and count by tens and see if we can combine any of our ones to make an extra 10. So let's try that now. We have 3 tens here, 10, 20, 30, 4 tens here, 10, 20, 30, 40. And now let's count our ones, friends, and see if we can end up combining our ones to make a new 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We did have enough to make an extra 10, so I added that here. And how many do we have left over? How many ones? 1, 2, 3, 4. So now all we're going to do is add our tens and our ones now all together because we combine them. Count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. 8 tens or 80 plus 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 ones. There is nothing in the ones place in the number 80, so all we have to do is just add our 4 to 80, and we get 84. And what are we talking about, friends? Balls, you're right. 84 balls in all. Great job. All right, boys and girls, now we are on question number 2. It's another word problem, so we are going to practice our cube method. First thing we're going to do is circle our important numbers, 17 and 28. Next, we are going to underline what we are talking about. 17 what? 28 what? Well, flowers. We're talking about flowers. Next, we're going to box our question, or what we don't know. How many flowers altogether? And we're also going to box any magic words that tell us what we're going to be doing with this problem. Are we taking away flowers? Are we adding flowers? I do see a magic word there. If you said all together, you are a rock star. All together is correct. We know we are adding or doing addition because of the word all together. Combined, how many flowers all together or put together? So if you said all together, you are spot on. And lastly, we can't forget about our E. We keep forgetting about our E here. E is, what is our equation? Well, we just talked about that. It is addition. So we can go ahead and start with our problem. 17 plus 28 equals some number. We have it represented here very nicely lined up for us. Our 10s here and our 1s here. So 1 10 plus 2 10s, 1 plus 2 is 3, 3 10s, and 7 1s plus 8 1s. Let's go ahead and draw that out really quick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Now our 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now let's count them all together. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Yeah, 15 ones. 3 10s and 15 ones. So 3 10s is 30, 10, 20, 30. And with the number 15, we can actually break this down further just like we did before. From 15, we know we have a 5 in the ones place and a 1 in the tens place. That means that we can pull a 10 from 15 because 15 has 1 10. So we wrote that here. And how many ones do we have left over? 5 ones. Perfect. So this is our new equation. We can draw this out quickly if we'd like, if we need to practice. I drew 3 lines for our 3 10s. We have 1 more 10 here. Let's add that. And we have 5 extras or 5 ones. Now let's draw that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now let's add this all together. 10, 20, 30, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. 17 plus 28 equals 45. And what are we talking about? Flowers. 45 flowers. We are now on question number 3. It is another word problem. We are going to use the Q method again. Let's read this together. 52 oak trees and 35 pine trees. How many trees in all? So, you know that we start by circling our important numbers, 52 and 35. Next, we are going to underline what we are talking about. We are talking about 52 oak trees, and we're talking about 35 pine trees. I do see the word trees here, and I do see the word trees here, so I'm going to underline those as well. Our B is for boxing. We are going to box our question and any magic words we see that tell us what we're doing. How many trees in all? I boxed our question, and just like the rest of the problems, we are going to be adding, and I know that because I found 2 magic words. So I'm going to box those. In all. If you said in all, you are amazing. So what we have here, boys and girls, is just like our last lesson. It is a number bond. We have our numbers 52 and 35 represented here. We know that in 52 there are 5 10s, which is equal to 50. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 5 10s and we know that there are 2 ones. I'm going to put a 2 here. And in the number 35, we know that there are 3 10s, which is equal to 30, 10, 20, 30. And we know there are 5 ones, so we are going to put that here. Now, all we need to do is combine our 10s and our 1s here. So let's start here. We have 5 10s, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. We used that. We have 3 10s here, 1, 2, 3. Now we are going to add our 1s. 1, 2, 1, 2, and 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now we can add this all together and find the solution to our equation. Count with me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, or 80. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 ones. So we have 8 10s and 7 1s. So now all we have to do is add 80 plus 7. And we can just count up 7. We're starting at 80, 81, 82, 83, 84, 85, 86, 87. You said 87. You are correct. We know it's 87 because 80 has 0 1s in the 1s place. So we can just move the 7 right on over. So 52 plus 35 equals 87. And what are we talking about? We're talking about trees. Your answer should be 87 trees. For number 4, this is a little different than what we've seen. These are just different ways to represent numbers or equations. So it says, what is another way to find the total? Draw lines to match. We are used to writing like this. This is what we've seen in our word problems or just on our lessons in general. This one reads 1 10, 5 1s, 3 10s, 7 1s. Looking at that first problem there, it is going to be pretty simple for us to match these up over here. All we are doing is just writing these in standard form. So when you say 1 10 and 5 1s, well, you know the 1 is going to be in the 10s place, and you know this 5 1s is going to be in the 1s place. So 1 10 and 5 1s is just the number 15. When looking at this here, well, we know 3 10s, we know a 3 is in the 10s place. We can line that up here, and we know there's 7 in the 1s place. We can put that here. So this is what our equation should look like. And to make this even simpler, friends, all we're really doing is writing a 10 and a 5. 3 10s is 30. 7. Do you see how this is the same thing as this, friends? So do we see a problem that looks like this right here? A 10 and a 5 and a 30 and a 7? Yep, right here. So we're going to draw lines to match this equation here. And I'm going to change colors for our next one so we don't get confused, okay? So our next problem, 6 10s, 3 1s, or 1 10, 9 1s. Well, we know there's going to be a 6 in the 10s place and a 3 in the 1s place. That makes 63. And we know on the bottom there's a 1 in the 10s place and a 9 in the 1s place. We know that makes 19. When we're writing it in simpler form like this, all we're going to do here is write 60, because 6 10s is 60, and then 3 1s. And then here, 1 10 is just 10, and 9 1s, we're just writing a 9 there. So, do we see, can do this, something that looks like that? That says 20 plus 2, that can't be right. 60 plus 3, that looks right. Let's draw a line here, and let's work on our last problem. The last problem reads 2 10s, two ones. We know there's a 2 in the tens place and a 2 in the ones place. And down here, we know there's a 5 in the tens place and a 4 in the ones place. This reads 22 plus 54. And to write this simpler, like what we're looking for over here, we know 2 tens is equal to 20. And then there's going to be 2 ones. And here, we know 5 tens is equal to 50. And we have 4 ones. And 20 plus 2, 50 plus 4, 20 plus 2, 50 plus 4. That looks correct. So that is how it should be. The first one is with the second is with the third, and the third is with the first. And finally, our exit ticket, this reads, find 27 plus 58. Show your work. So we can use any of the methods that we have tried so far to find that answer. And I think the way that I'm going to do it is just with number rods or 10 rods, just because I think that that's very simple for you guys, just doing a quick drawing. So we can do that now. So 27 and 58, well, this is going to look like this. 2 tens, 10, 20, and then we have 7 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus, we have 5 tens here. This is the tens place. This is the ones place. We know that there are 5 tens here. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, or 5 tens. And then we also know that there are 8 ones. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Now, let's see if we can combine our tens. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 tens. And now let's add up all of our ones. There's a lot of them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. What do we know about ones, boys and girls? We know that there are 10 ones in one 10. Let's see if we can create another 10 out of our ones. So let's see if there are 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Perfect. So we're going to take these away. We are going to add them over here. One more 10. We created a new 10, and we still have 5 ones left over. So count with me. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 ones. Well, we know 80 plus 5 is 85. There's nothing here in the ones place. This is the ones place here. We can just move our 5 over. The answer is 85. So what is 27 plus 58? It is 85. Great job today, boys and girls. I'm so proud of you and all your hard work. If you have any questions on this or you need to rewatch the video, go ahead and do so and ask those important questions through email or remind. Thank you for tuning in.